Hey, Mike, thanks for doing this call. Appreciate it. Um, you guys have obviously made some great strides this season, but how much of a measuring stick do you classify it as now as you prepare to face some rugged foes on the road in Baltimore and then Kansas City?
Well, certainly, those two teams have been at the top of the AFC in the conference for a while, and certainly there's no exception this year. And we've been building to games like this. We want to play in big games. We want to play in games that matter. We want to play in games that have a great effect on the big picture of how the postseason works out. And I think it's a great opportunity for us to show what we're capable of on a big stage and against a great opponent. And we're going to try to keep improving week to week like we always do, and take it one game at a time. But I wouldn't call it a measuring stick per se, but it's an opportunity to really get out there and compete against against two great football teams, starting with Baltimore.
Zach Stevens, DNVR.
Hey, Mike, coach has talked over the past 24 hours about how it's important that the players have higher expectations for this team than he does. So I wanted to ask you, what are your expectations and your teammates' expectations for this team?
Well, obviously, it's to get to the playoffs and have a chance at the Super Bowl. That if you're not playing for anything else, or if you are playing for anything else, you're probably not doing a great job at it. I think the goal for this team and what we're capable of is definitely a postseason, and that's what we're going to try and strive for. And once we get there, you play each game one game at a time and see what happens. And but I think if you're playing for anything else, then you're playing for the wrong reasons.
Eric DeLalla, DenverBroncos.com.
And Mike, Sean also was talking about how there's a lot of room for improvement, and just curious how you've seen the guys, particularly maybe some of the younger guys, take those coaching tips and maybe take the feedback and try to implement it each week.
Yeah, I think it's team wide, right? If you're not, you're not getting better, you're getting worse, and that's something that Coach Payton definitely lives by, and it's something that we should all live by. And I think guys have made huge strides in the last few games. Winning 5 out of 6 is a pretty big deal in this league, and certainly you're starting to see Bo get really, really comfortable back there. He's starting to be able to produce a lot of, really good plays for our offense. The running backs are doing a great job. Obviously, the tight ends stepped up yesterday. It was a huge day for them. And obviously, up front on the offensive line, we're trying to improve no matter if we're a veteran group or not. Like I said, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard to play, to your best football when it's needed. And that's what we're going to try to do.
Andrew Mason, DenverSports.com.
Hey, Mike, Sean mentioned wanting this team to have a winning personality. So in your career experience, what are the types of events that create that personality, and are they happening here with this team?
Well, I think it's just a belief that you can get it done on a week-to-week basis. That's what a winning culture is. It's when you step onto the field, you believe and know that you're going to win the game based off of the preparation that you have, based off of the people that you have in the building, based off of the plan. And I think we've been building that not only this year, but since last year, to try and make that a part of who we are. I think we're doing a great job putting one foot in front of the other week to week and trying to find ways to improve, because I think a winning culture isn't just, it's more than just winning football games. It's showing up, preparing the right way, taking care of your body the right way, asking the right questions, studying what you need to study on film. It's just an obsession with doing the right things that will translate to winning football games, and I think we're doing a pretty good job with that.
Parker Gabriel, the Denver Post.
Hey, Mike, going into Sunday, you guys were near the bottom of the NFL on third down, and then you started 10 of 12, finished 11 of 17. I guess just in general, what was the difference? And you talked about Bo being comfortable, just sort of, I mean, he made a whole bunch of plays yesterday, particularly on third down.
Well, I think there's been a hyper focus about third down in our preparation, in our practice plans, in our game plans, because it's an area we needed to dramatically improve in. You can't win games unless you convert third downs, and you can't run the football well unless you convert third downs. And so having that ability to understand where we were wrong, where we weren't making the plays that we needed to, and how to improve those things moving forward. We've done that well for the last 2 weeks, and especially yesterday, I think we took a big jump in that. Like you said, with the numbers, obviously we're better than they've been for us. And I don't know if it's there's nothing game plan specific I can share with you other than that it's just been a hyper focus in our preparation to be great on third down.
Last question, Mike Kliss, 9 News. Mike, are you there? All right, I think that's good. Or there you are, Mike.
Yeah, sorry about that, Mike.
Hmm.
I'm not sure what Sean said to you in the post-game speech, but I've been in losing locker rooms where there seemed to be a little more messing around, looseness, smiles than in your winning locker room yesterday. What was the feeling from you guys after that game? It seemed like I don't know that you guys weren't satisfied with just the victory there.
Well, I think that's a part of the winning culture we've been talking about, right? You have to identify that if you don't play your best, you should never be satisfied. And I don't think we did yesterday. 2 really dumb turnovers, a couple things that shouldn't have happened, a couple missed assignments, a couple of this, that, and the other thing. Whatever happens, there's more out there. And I think from a player's perspective, if we don't hold ourselves to that standard of we need to be better, and you have to be honest with yourself of what you see on tape and how you can improve, then there's really not much of a point to keep going forward, right? So we have, an opportunity here with the success that we've had over the last 5 or 6 weeks, where we're in position to play in some bigger games, and we're going to need to be better than we were yesterday, and where it's going to matter a little bit more. Each turnover is going to matter a little bit more, or each missed assignment is going to matter a little bit more. And we have to take that next step in order to be one of the teams that's playing in the postseason, like I mentioned before.
Great. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, Mike.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.